Yeah.
It's all just from this little guy. Oh, you just played footsies. You just did it. That was Street Fighter 6. I whiffed my move, fishing for it, and then you hit my whiff. You hit confirm that to a driver's cancel, and you cashed out. That was fucking Street Fighter 6, dude. Like, that was it. Hello.
Oh, Christ. I'm sorry. I don't have Discord notifications on.
My bad. That's me prepping you for more DI jump scares.
I was about to make that joke, you son of a bitch.
Got you first. Yeah, you gotta be quick. Gotta work on the reflexes.
Dude, I'm trying. That was actually one of the main things I wanted to talk to you about. So I'm just fucking around and training for the most part. I played a lot of missions, matches, excuse me,
Gotcha.
earlier today against a few people, and for the most part, I thought I was doing pretty all right. I think I won about half. Particularly the Akumas just railed me.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, it's to harken to like a bit of a Guilty Gear metaphor. Is Akuma kind of like a Chipp, really fast, really safe on block, low health?
Yeah, I guess it's a pretty similar comparison. I would say Chipp is even more, like, we call it a glass cannon, I guess. Like, low health, but hits hard, but they also die easy.
Right.
But Chipp is even faster, and I don't think he hits as hard. Akuma is a little bit slower, but still has some similarities. Hits hard, little bit lower health, and has a lot of air mobility options. So he can really, he has that demon flip, it's called, where he flips into the air, and he has many different enders from it. So if you don't know them, he can just keep going to the air and giving you a really hard time.
Yeah, that was a real pain. I guess a lot of the aerial stuff was difficult, but I did find out that I didn't realize Chun had an aerial throw that is also like quite good. It seems. I didn't expect how often I won like air. I see them jump in the air, and my anti-air choice was literally to just follow them up there and then fling them across the map.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think usually at higher level it's not used as much because I think her up kicks are more damage. So, but for moves that stall in the air, like Akuma when he goes up and he does the chop, so for Akuma I think it's good. But for other normal jump-ins, oftentimes you won't have time to anti-air with the air grab because they'll just they'll hit you first, like you'll be too late. And the up kicks are invincible to air moves, so you can do that very late. Like after you whiff, say you whiff a button on the ground and they're already in the air. If you immediately do up kicks right after, you'll anti-air them. But if you went for air grab, you just get stuffed.
Is it the normal ones or is it just the overdrive?
No, the overdrive is actually totally invincible. So if you get knocked down on the ground, here, how about this? You know there's online training. Like we can go to training mode together.
Sure,
Would you want to do that for a little bit?
No, absolutely, man. That sounds great. Yeah, I gave Zangief a bit more of an attempt earlier today as well.
Okay.
And I was just kind of generally thinking about like, okay, well maybe something a little bit simpler. We could try. I tried classic Zangief, and I was like, okay, this is really hard. So I tried modern Zangief for a bit, and it's fun. But I don't know. I think just the footsies just kind of calls to me. I don't know if grapplers are my type of person.
That's fine. Whatever floats your boat, man. I'm just here to enable your best performance. Okay, so what do I want to start? The main thing I think that would be super valuable to start with is just I want to get this habit early. I'm gonna hit you with a combo and knock you down, and I just want to see what you do. Like, what do you do when you get knocked down?
Okay.
Or let me do this. Okay. So
normally jab, if not jab, I do occasionally like to do the the 10 show kicks.
Okay, so yeah, so the one habit I want to have the whole team make sure they have, you're getting off the ground in place, which it happens by default. If you don't press anything when you hit the ground, you just immediately stand up in that same position, right? So that's why when I knock you down here or here, see how you're just kind of standing up right there?
Right.
That's not always great because that means I can do stuff like this. Like You see how close I am to you? I can kind of jump over your head. And what is her freaking cross up?
Oh, it's down right kick, heavy kick.
Or okay, yeah, she has several, but I see. Yeah, I think even that might be dangerous from this position. Very easy to get in that cross-up position if you just quick rise like that, or just do that, right? So that can put you in situations where like stuff's just looping. See that? This is
sure. I'm not touching my controller technically at the moment. In case all right, but okay. So obviously, I don't want to be in a position where you dictate the next move in a sense.
Right. So because you quick rise in that spot, I jump at you at an angle where you have to take it because you can't anti-air, and I'm going to cross over you, and it's kind of ambiguous. You don't even know what side I'm landing on. That's why quick rising or just getting up normally without doing anything is often bad. However, in this game, there's something called a back roll. So on wake up, or not on wake up, but rather when you hit the ground from being attacked, you can either mash 2 kick buttons or just hold 2 kick buttons the whole time as you're getting knocked down. And when you get knocked down, you'll just roll backwards right away.
Like an overdrive?
No, you just hold the buttons. So I'm gonna do. Oh, I'm gonna knock you down with the kicks, and you just start holding 2 kick buttons. See that?
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so if I'm aware I'm going to be knocked down, I just press both buttons and hold them.
So for me, I tend to just mash kicks. Like when I see myself hit the ground, I start mashing my kick buttons. Like that's what I do. But you can just hold 2 kick buttons. So whatever is easier for you to get into your muscle memory, this is something we want to repeat to yourself every single time you get knocked down. This is the number one habit that must be automatic. Like this will save your ass an indescribable amount of times.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to be in an infinite loop of this. Like people are just going to be infinitely pressuring you every single time they knock you down. See? Like you're just stuck in the vortex. But if you just back roll, just press 2 kicks, you're out. Oh, instantly out.
Okay. So just any combination of 2 kicks at the same time.
Yeah, you can hold them, mash them. I tend to just, as soon as I see myself hit the ground, I'll just start mashing. And then once you start rolling, you don't have to mash or hold the buttons anymore. Like as soon as you touch the ground, just like, yep, and then you're good.
Interesting. Does that work for hard knockdown as well?
No. So that's why hard knockdowns punish you.
Good.
Yeah, they're good because they force you to get up in place. Because in general, the other thing, if you like regular get up again, like don't press anything. If you just regular get up, look where I am.
Yeah, right on me.
I can immediately go for strike throw. But if you're like out here, yeah, and then if you see even there, even from the throw, you can back roll. See, it's a lot harder for me to get a throw because you back roll.
Oh. Are you physically able to get a throw if I back roll?
Yeah, the properties of the wake up are exactly the same. The only difference is, imagine like you just magically slid back a couple feet. But the wake up timing and the properties of the wake up are exactly the same. It just changes where you get off the ground. That's it.
Well, I guess the question was more so if I were to like back roll from it, would you have the time to reach me to still go for a grab by the time I got back up?
So you're asking, that's you're generalizing a lot right there. Every knockdown is different from every move, from every situation. So
gotcha.
So it depends on what I knock you down with and from where, right? So if I did this from here and you back rolled, yeah, it looks like I have to dash one time and then I have to walk forward and then I have to time my throw. So like that's consistent. So knockdowns are consistent in this game. If I knock you down from here with heavy kick legs, it's gonna be the same thing every time, right? Like there's a consistency to it. Now, if I knock you down with a different move, I don't know. Like if I knock you down with this, it's going to be a different knockdown timing. If I knock you down with like this, it's a different. Like I don't think I can. If you back roll here, I can't really get a throw. I don't think. Yeah, I can't unless I can't really get a throw. But to do that, I'd probably have to do. This is getting advanced. I'd probably have to do this, like spend meter to get a throw. So if you start back rolling, they lose their pressure in a lot of situations. So there's nothing to think about. Back roll every time. Like this is going to be muscle memory.
Every time.
Okay.
Because I guess in a sense, worst comes to worst, if the knockdown is a close knockdown and they get to me anyway, then I'm no like worse for wear than where I was currently. Oops.
Like a hard knockdown, you mean? Yeah. Like if you try to back roll a hard knockdown, you just get up anyways, so it doesn't matter. And if it was a knockdown where like they're still going to get a throw, the thing is, what that saves you from. So yeah, even though from heavy kick legs, if you back roll, I can still get a throw. I can't just do this at least.
You could stop some kind of like aerial mix-up.
Yeah. So quick rise again. Just don't press anything. So if you just get up in place, like I get this mix up over and over, right? Like I can just keep looping this. I get pressure infinitely if you don't back roll. Now if you back roll the next one, you'll get out of this. You're out. You can even punish me if you back rolled that. You could have woke up with this and punished me.
Okay. What's the is Chun's like wake up punish like a Shoryuken type thing, basically the Tensho kicks?
The OD one, correct. This is invincible.
Oh, okay. I have been warned that if they like guess it, I'm pretty screwed on the drop back down.
That's the idea. It's supposed to be like the reward is you blow through any pressure and you get a bit of damage and you get them off you and you get to start playing. The risk is if they purposely bait it, they can get a big combo. However, how many people are you playing against doing big combos right now? You know what I mean?
More than I'd like, if I'm being honest, but
okay.
No, nothing like crazy big. No, you're correct.
But and on the flip side, you should understand this because you're going to be fighting people playing like Ken, Ryu, Akuma. When they wake up with their OD Shoryuken, it's the same idea. Like you could have potentially say you knock them down like this. You walk up, then you walk back for a second. Then you're essentially baiting out their wake up DP because they thought you were going to walk in and go for a throw or walk in and go for pressure, and then you blocked instead. They wake up with their big OD Shoryuken glowing yellow. That's your opportunity because you baited them out. You could go for a big combo in return. That's sort of the mind game there.
Would walking backwards also save me in case they went for like a throw of sorts?
Exactly. You've unlocked the shimmy. So I want you to wake up with grab. I'm gonna knock you down with heavy kick legs, and you're gonna like try to like tech a throw on wake up.
Okay.
Or
take a throw. Sorry.
Well,
my bad.
But you see the mind game there? I try to bait your throw, but in the process, I coincidentally blocked your wake up kicks. So if I walk into range and I go psych last second, I'll block wake up kicks and I'll make your throw with. That's called a shimmy. One of the most powerful offensive techniques in all of Street Fighter.
I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Chun would be pretty good at that because of her walk speed being so fast.
Absolutely.
Or does that not take into account as much?
Oh no, absolutely. You don't know where she is. Like at any point, I could be going for a throw, and then I get close, and you're like, oh, he's gonna throw me, and you whiff your throw suddenly. Like if you just randomly press throw.
I definitely don't. I definitely don't fight many Chuns at my level.
So how about this? I'm gonna throw or not throw you. I want you to tech my throw when you think I'm gonna throw you.
Okay. I tried pressing it, but I don't. Oops, sorry.
You see what happens? I see your throw whiff, and then I. You got me there. But that's the idea. Like you can't. You're just guessing when I'm going to go for throw. I gotta learn her combos better, but that's the idea, right? And like doing low forward into the drive rush is like the classic. People walk in and out of range of the throw, they see you whiff it, and they go, "Ha! Free combo." So, because teching throws is totally guess. Once you're in range, nice. Yeah, it's a guess based on distance. Very good. So, because you can't react to the actual throw itself, you're just predicting when they're going to go for it. So that's sort of the idea. So if you knock someone down, so like just to demo, when you try to back roll this knockdown with the kicks, and then when you get up, try to like pretend I'm going to go for a throw and try to tech it, basically.
Gotcha. Oh.
So like we'll get into. I'll have to figure out the conversion, but like that's the mind game. That scares them from mashing throw on wake up, which eventually means once you get this knockdown, they'll sit there and finally block, and you can throw them. That's the mix-up.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting. So, in a sense, by taking the back step, the back step block, I'm trading the current what would you say, like advantage over them for the read.
Correct. Exactly. So this time, instead of waking up with throw, I'm gonna knock you down. I want you to wake up with like your crouching jab, just mashing this.
Gotcha.
So if I knock you down here. So what you did right there was you said, I know that you're scared of my invincible wake-up move. I know you're going to try to walk back to bait it. I'm going to call that out by waking up right away and disrespecting your pressure with buttons.
Okay, because this costs me nothing in a sense.
Now, if I went up and threw you or I pressed a button, I would get a counter hit. I would get rewarded. But you're saying
true.
This is a common RPS between both players. That's why some people wake up with buttons, because they say, you know what? I know you're scared right now. I know you're scared of me doing this. So people will wake up with buttons and go, haha, I called you out, and they'll turn that into their offensive pressure, right? They'll use it as their opportunity to start applying pressure instead. So that's why, if you go up to people, you knock them down, and you're like, oh, I knocked them down. Why are they hitting me? It's because they're saying you're too scared to pressure me right now.
I gotta get used to the roll. That's like a whole new muscle memory I just gotta get prepped with.
Yeah, every single time. I think
is
you're
it
pressing
only
punches? But I guess it works with punches too, huh?
Oh yeah, I was pressing. Oh yeah, I guess I was, wasn't I? Yeah, I was. I was pressing punches. I guess punches or kicks work.
Yeah, I think in Street Fighter V it was only kicks. That's why I was thinking that. I guess any two buttons. Okay, my bad. So any two buttons you're comfortable with. Just you can just mash literally. As long as you see that when you get hit, knocked down, you like activate the back roll one way or the other, whatever it works for you. It's called teching, right? I don't know if you've Guilty Gear has teching, doesn't it?
I mean, I know tech is in like. I know it in like Smash. You get like smashed into the stage and then you hit shield at the right time. So I know that one.
Similar idea.
But it seems like it's relatively low risk in this one. You just press the two buttons when you get knocked.
The risk is you're giving up space. You're getting closer to the corner. So at high level, occasionally there's times where you want to quick rise because, like, if I knock you down and then I drive rush for pressure, if you quick rise, you actually can maybe interrupt the drive rush. But that's like advanced stuff. So that's why I'm telling for you, every single time back roll. You back roll every time, then at higher level you learn the few exceptions of when to like sneak in a quick rise.
So that was the one thing I was curious about. I was also curious about particular confirms, because I feel like my neutral game is actually pretty solid between the various like low kicks or the long long punch, you know, these general things. I feel like I land a decent amount of them, but I don't actually have like a huge follow-up knowledge on it.
Right. Yeah, you need to make the hits count at some point. So that's why I said, like, I feel like this is like a low-risk kind of poke. You can just kind of poke into this, and if it hits, you can cancel that to level 3, right? Or even level 2. Like, it lets you cancel the supers, and you can clearly tell when it's hitting or not, and when to go for it. So
gotcha.
That costs meter, though, but it's safe on block. So this is safe on block. So like it starts from a low. So if you try to walk away, like if you try, like it'll catch people, and then you can maybe even throw them right after. Like you're in range for a throw, so you get pressure right after. And I think you just gotta mash. Okay, there we go. I forgot about this. You mash to extend it. It'll knock down if you keep mashing.
I guess in a sense, if I mean, can you cancel the first? Can you do like and then in a sense like they assume you're gonna go for the full or something? Yeah. And therefore, like, I guess you could like tag that into a grab because they were not expecting it.
But I think most of the time, I'm just mashing my extra kick buttons to extend it. I think most of the time it's worthwhile for the damage just to extend it on hits only.
Right. Sorry, I was referring to on block. Like if you for example blocked it, like then go for the grab afterwards.
No, because you're not you're minus. So this on block is safe, meaning they can't actually hit you. You can block after, but they get to move first.
Gotcha. I guess my thought was like, let's say, you know, the overdrive has the triple variant, or like, you know, it extends. I was wondering more if like you only did the first and then they assume that you're going to still be doing the full thing. They still keep on blocking, and then
I see what you're saying. That's called like a Rekka mind game. Like Guilty Gear has moves like that too. That's not one of them. I think it's a guaranteed. You're able to always mash after. So she doesn't really have tricks like that.
Gotcha.
That's not her kind of character. Stuff like that does exist. What the mind game you're going down, but this move's not one of those.
Okay, so this here was like a pretty classic, just like low medium kick, right? And then
start it with low medium kick. Yeah, it's super easy, and like it's rewarding if it hits because you get the knockdown as well. and you can dash up and throw or something. You know what I mean? Like, so, and that breaks DI. Like, people are spamming DI. Like, the OD legs will break the armor.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
The other thing, though, I mean, you already showed it a few times. You know, what you get reward from pokes is for drive rush canceling. And it seems like you're kind of okay with that, right?
It's the input that I still definitely need some assistance with. I think it's more just like the brain knows what the brain wants, but the hands don't. And so like understanding see, even I just try to do it there, but I fat fingered the heavy instead of the drive rush. But like I think it's just in the heat of the moment it gets pretty darn difficult.
How are you inputting okay, so I see that you're holding the parry and you're tapping forward during it. You actually don't have to hit forward from the buttons. The rule for drive rush from normals is you press the normal and then right away just press the parry button without any directions. So like you let go of your left hand on the directional inputs, you just let go of that for a second and just tap parry. I see that you're doing a bunch of directional inputs. See how simple that is?
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, so does it only work if you connect?
For non-jabs. If you do it with a jab, it'll come out on whiff. It's a kind of a nerf actually. So what you're getting on top of is walk into me. I'm pressing the same thing every time. You see what happens? It doesn't come out unless so what people are doing is they're fishing for low forward and they're hoping to connect with the button out here. So if you randomly connect with it, I get a combo.
Interesting. Okay. So it's just the press then.
Correct. So
interesting.
Out of normals, just tapping parry automatically gets you into a drive rush cancel. If you're holding parry, then you got to dash forward out of it to yes.
Gotcha. Okay, I did not realize it was just literally that.
I have your inputs on my display on my side, so I could see. Like I was like, "Whoa, there's a lot of action going on there." Sometimes little input tricks just make things way easier once you understand it correctly.
New player, there's a lot of button mashing, trying to unlearn that bad habit.
But there's so many interesting details in the inputs. Like since I did the last slam, I always turn the inputs on, and I'm like, okay, let me I hear what you're saying, but let me just watch your inputs. And then it tells like a whole story. I'm like, okay, I know exactly what's going on here. So I saw the inputs going crazy. I'm like, yep, I know what's going on here.
Okay, that's actually fascinating. I didn't realize it was that simple. So then I guess then it would come down to what the combo would be.
I think it's this. Is this it?
And then kicks,
this is the basic one. This to stand medium, and then that lets you link into back heavy into heavy kick legs.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, give me give this a shot. So it's down here. Oh wait, is it standing medium?
Yes.
So so bam, bam, bam. Oh, I fucked that one up.
That was close. That was close.
So I got the classic stand medium cancel, but it's actually this. I could add the super cancel in there as well, which I think helps out with the damage a little bit. So
I think that's more like a.
Oh fuck!
Oh, that was almost it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like an extension. It's that one's not a cancel because it's after it completes. You're picking them up. What's your level 1? So you already know the combo. You just okay, yeah, dude. You just got to get comfortable doing this.
It's the drive rush because I land. I think the main issue that really messes with me is that I throw out the medium kicks, right, and I'm always you use them as the poke and everything, and I never can know when it connects. The reaction time needed to know when it's connecting to then do the drive rush is just it's so fast. Not drive rush, sorry. Drive rush. Right. It's just so fast.
Right. I just showed Coney this drill. So, are you cool with doing a little bit of monotonous training mode practice? Because the training mode has so many amazing settings to automate your practice. So what you're describing is hit confirming. So I'll tell you the mind game of how it's supposed to work. So in general, we're going to practice pressing crouching medium kick while walking around and then tapping parry during it, right? So it should just look like this. You shouldn't see the parry. And if I walk into your button, drive rush should come out. Yeah. So when you do the drive rush, the only requirement for that drive rush cancel from your normals is that drive rush, you must input parry with no directions. So it could be a little tricky at first because you're holding down back, right, to press your medium kick. You then have to immediately let go of down back and tap parry. And you perfect. And you got to make it fluid. Like while you're fishing for it, you got to kind of make it like, you know, you got to be able to walk around, tap it, and then yeah. So any one of these, perfect.
Okay, so it's just and this is all in the middle of doing other like moves and stuff, right?
Right, but you know, this is the move, dude. So you will do other moves, but this is one of the best pokes and the most rewarding. Like look at all that. And,
a lot of damage. Yeah,
it's all just from this little guy. Oh, you just played footsies. You just did it. That was Street Fighter 6. I whiffed my move, fishing for it, and then you hit my whiff, you hit confirm that to a driver's cancel, and you cashed out. That was fucking Street Fighter 6, dude. Like that was it.
Jeez. So can you block for me real quick?
Yeah.
So if okay, so it still goes off with a drive rush even if I don't get the confirm. Oh,
this is the layer I was. So now you know what to do on hit, right? So what happens if they block it? So the thing about drive rush, what it does is, you know, it lets you cancel out of moves to start moving. And even if you do it raw, when you're green like that, it enhances your next normal attack. So what it does is any move on hit and block is more advantageous for you. So this move, for example, if you like hold down back, this move is pretty good for Chun because this is actually a plus on block move, one of the few in the game. Just so I can move first after you block this. But if I take like her jab, this is actually -2 on block, which, well, actually, correct me. Do you know frame data? I'll try to make it simpler.
Yes. So if it's -4 or above, it's unsafe on block. Therefore, they can immediately hit me back.
Yes.
But if it's plus on block, then I don't have the time to react, and you are able to hit with an extra move. So I'm assuming her standing medium punch means I can immediately hit you with like a jab or something.
Yeah. So if you actually do standing medium punch and then jab, see how you counter hit me? Yeah, that's her go-to like up close pressure tool because that starts the party.
And so also, if I ever get hit by anything that's plus on block, because obviously the early stage mind thinks, okay, block the thing I get hit by. Whoopsie. Block the thing I get hit by, and then immediately hit them back. But then if I hit you with this, like you can't do that because it's plus, right?
Correct. But on your side, you're pressing standing medium punch. You know that I know that it's plus. Now you can use that. Oh, he's scared because I can move first. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But I can say he thinks I'm scared. So go for the throw again. You have to walk up to throw.
Oh yeah. Too many Zangief games.
But you see what I'm saying, right? Because you have to walk in range to throw after I block your stand medium punch, I can be like, this dude's going to overextend. He's going to try to throw me. I'm going to check him before he gets in range to the throw. Because you're only +1. That's 1/60th of a second. You can't do much with that, right? You have to immediately press jab. If you try to do anything else and they mash, they'll hit you first. So that's the mind game, is like, how scared are you of my +1 right now? Do you think I'm going to do something airtight, or do you think I'm going to overextend and try to sneak in a grab? So you can still mash when people are plus on you, but that's the mind game people are playing.
Gotcha. And I guess, can you play like an even more in-depth mind game? Like you hit them with the plus attack, and then you immediately hit them with like an overhead or something?
Oh yeah, like once you condition people, like, okay, he's super scared because I've done this a bunch of times. Like this is like airtight, right? Like they can't do anything. Maybe I just do this and I just go straight into this. Like, you know what I mean? And this is you could do anything in between these two moves, but they're scared. And they can't really react in time, right? Or they're overloaded. Like, yeah, that's called conditioning. Like, you make them expect one thing, now you start doing another.
Oh, right, that's the stance move. No, wait, no, it's not. Wait, shit.
Her normal overhead is down forward heavy.
Down forward heavy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down forward heavy.
But the thing is, at like silver, most people are unconditionable. So like doing the airtight thing, like hold down back and then mash jab after blocking. Like most of the time, you'll just be doing like a basic string because they're probably going to be mashing.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. Or
we'll
or
get into that.
attempting to DI.
Yeah, and if you attempt to like block my medium, then attempt to DI one more time. Like
Yeah,
you can
there's no
stop,
reaction.
or even if you keep going, let's try it one more time. Even if I do the full string, I can cancel in the second one, right? So like, there's strings where they're canned sequences where if someone is mashing, you're gonna counter hit them and turn into a combo, and if they DI, you'll counter DI, and those are super powerful at like the lower ranks because people are just mashing all day. At higher level, they'll just block the whole thing, and then after, if you like block this whole sequence, like just block the whole time, just these 3 hits. So look where we are now. I lost.
Okay.
You blocked it out because I didn't risk it for the biscuit and like walk in, because walking in's a risk. Anytime I walk in, you could have jabbed me, but because I did it airtight to keep it safe, now what am I rewarded with? Nothing. Pressure's over. You successfully defended. We're back to neutral, where you can then start fishing for this. And if that hits, you win. You know what I mean?
I just okay. So I think we got a slight tangent. So drive rush normals.
Yes. So let's go back. Let's simplify the drive rush sequence. The whole point is it gives you more advantage on hit and block, right? So you know now the combo and hit, right? Something like that. Now, if they hold down back and block, you can still go into stand medium, which is fine, and you're really plus here. Here, you're +5. So, like, here, you actually can walk up and throw after if they block it. But there's other options as well. So if you hold down back, for example, you can just do low forward straight into throw. Now, that requires...
That's the schmix.
That's like a really quick mix, because it requires you to hit confirm. Like, if I see that you block that, I will throw right away. But if I see that you got hit instead, like, I have to keep my eyes open, right? If I saw that you got hit by the low forward, I should go into the combo. Because if you got hit by this, don't block this time. If you get hit, this won't work.
Right, because they're like hit stunned or whatever, so you no grab.
Exactly. So in training mode, there's a setting you can just put block on random, and a super great exercise is just do this. If it hits, do the combo. And then you can even save a state and reset it so that you're right in front of them immediately. Like, I think I told you the save states yesterday.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you showed me the save states thing.
Yeah. Then you reset your save state right here, and then just do low forward again. And if it hits, you do the combo. If it blocks, you do a throw. And you can just rinse that like 15 times in a row real quick, and then you'll instantly develop the muscle memory. Like, you'll be able to see it. So hit confirming this is super easy actually once you get a few reps in. And then this is free anytime you're walking around. It's instant free pressure or a free combo. And if they block it, you get a throw. You know what I mean? Chun-Li has great pokes. If you don't drive rush cancel from them to turn them into combos on hit or pressure on block, you don't get much from it. And other people are doing this to you, so they get way more in return. So this is going to be key, I think.
And also, so the drive rush, you say it's drive rush cancels. So there are moves that are the non-cancelable ones that just won't work.
Correct. So like stand heavy punch.
Stand heavy punch, low kick.
Yeah, the ones that you can't DI cancel, it's the same rules.
Gotcha, okay.
So like this move, they don't let you cancel it because it's such a good poke. If you could cancel this would be kind of broken. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah. And then same idea with the sweep, right? So that's kind of the rules of the game.
Gotcha. Okay. So it just generally does come down to properly landing all of these and just kind of like knowing whether or not it's going to Yeah,
so try. I'm gonna block. Try just going for the throw.
Oops. Moment. Oh, I know I'm pressing wrong. Input stuff. God damn it! I'm pressing light and medium punch. Yeah. Okay, now I definitely pressed it. I'm still getting used to this fight stick.
Yeah, I think you got to jab one time, and then as you mash throw, it just chain cancel jabs. So. Yeah, let's keep trying it.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm mashing jab after you do it because it should be like an immediate throw and it should beat my jab. There you go. See, even there it's a counter hit because you threw me out of my my jab.
Gotcha. So I gotta start putting this input in basically instantaneously. Because I'm going
There's
right
a bit
there.
of a window, but it has a buffer also. So if you put it in early, it'll come out pretty late.
Gotcha.
That's kind of like Dry Brush lets you buffer stuff early. But there's a little bit of a window. It is pretty fast, but that's why I said if you just use that training mode setting and with the save state, you can so quickly just practice this. And in a real match, there's also with crouching medium kick, it's really easy to hit confirm as well, because if they're standing and the Dry Brush cancel came out, you know you hit them because this is a low. So if you see them standing, you absolutely know 100% they got hit.
Interesting.
That's like a contextual thing to help you hit confirm a little bit.
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, though, if they're blocking and you did the medium, you're still really plus. Just don't go like all the way through to this combo, because this is like, if you hold down back for a second.
Oh, sorry.
I just want to see. This is like negative. It's only -3. It's not the end of the world. But, you know, this is also another opportunity to get more pressure. So what Chun also does, if you block a bunch, like hold down back, like she'll do this.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she'll do stuff like this because this move is plus. So like, oh, I get to move, I get to move. At any point, you could probably mash between them, but it's a guess, right? Because if I did jab, you get counter hit. But if I get medium, I get another turn. And
Seems
see
like the
how you
medium
get.
punch is very, very good.
Yeah, if something is plus on block, it's good. Like,
Though it looks like the range is very low.
that's how they balance.
That's the
it.
trade-off.
Yeah, her
Gotcha.
jab is amazing, and her back medium is amazing as well. Her forward and back medium are the same move, so it's only the neutral medium, if you're not pressing a direction, is the plus one. The stinky elbow here, terrible animation on it, but it's plus.
Okay.
These are some of the best pokes in the game. Also, her forward medium, and just like her crouching MK, it's a Dry Brush cancelable. I think we both accidentally threw Fireball trying to do it.
That actually mine was intentional because I saw you
Okay.
throw it. So,
Yeah,
but because
happens
you're
with her.
trying to like you're holding back or whatever, and then you wanted to go like a forward medium punch,
yeah.
but then you actually throw a fireball. That was one of the things I really struggled with for a short bit, was figuring out the fireball. But the one I'm actually more so struggling with is the spinning bird kick.
I don't think you need to do
there's
that.
There's a lot of really good combo enders with this, though. I really do like it. Or at least it's like way
Yeah.
more damage than these, you know.
They buffed it recently. I think they improved the combo enders. I'd have to double check her routing. They keep changing stuff, and I never played her much. But I would say you don't need it. Maybe if you know a combo that you like, for sure use it. But it's not something you need to sweat. For sure, like this basic ass combo we got here is great. Like this is great too, because you could also extend it with the super. Like that's an amazing route to have, right? Like this is great.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and also it's the same route if you use the medium punch, right? Like if you start with towards or back medium, you get the same thing if it connects.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. So like before you're asking about like combos, and I'm like, well, the combos aren't like canned. You know what I mean? It's like you're building up these rules, so and you can learn like different parts and then start piecing these Lego pieces together in a customizable way. So you now know after medium, like a medium kick and a back medium, you know what extension to go into. If I get into Dry Brush medium and it connects, I can then do back heavy punch into heavy kick legs.
Is it a common issue to have input difficulties when you're on the right side of the screen?
Yeah, having it doesn't just everyone has a good side and a bad side. So totally normal. You get less reps on the good side or less reps on the bad side. So in the training mode also, you can even quick reset. There's a reset button which will just send you back to like either the home screen, the corner, and you can swap sides. So all these things, there's shortcuts in training mode to like just quickly get a little bit of the grind out of the way. Like you don't have to sit there and jump over the dummy. Well, so we can go into training mode and just quickly go over a couple of those shortcuts, and then you can just loop these things real quick and get more comfortable with them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the other thing is just mainly figuring out a lot of the general combos, because obviously, like this does seem to be like a total. Well, I screwed it up, but it does seem to be like a total bread and butter one. It seems super easy, especially if the combos out of. Well, that one I made a little bit short, but whoops.
Yeah, but it's same idea. It's meter hungry. That's the only thing. Like a Dry Brush cancel takes 3 bars, so
you don't 3.
Yeah, 3 bars.
Oh shit.
So you get like 1 and 1 burst sequence, right? And then you got to like kind of like go without drive rush for a little bit to build your meter back. So it's definitely something to be hyper aware of.
Okay, that's one. So the one I've been looking at mainly is or like in extended lightning. I guess maybe the input's just a little bit difficult for this one, but it generally it's a medium punch, low punch, and which then cancels into the spinning bird.
Yeah, this one's a little tricky for new players because it involves kind of like charge tricks. But this is a great meterless confirm. So the idea being like if you're doing this pressure, like you can then hit confirm this meterlessly to crouching medium punch. You see that the stand medium punch hits, you go to crouching medium punch, and then you can cancel to a special. So if you had a lot of meter, you could drive rush cancel this, but that's expensive, and do your extension. Or you can keep it easier and do medium kick legs, which doesn't knock down, which is not as good. And if you're confident, you can build a charge and do that. So that's a meterless routing though. Stand medium to crouch medium to a special. The easiest one would be just medium kick legs. Meterless, you get some damage. Not too bad.
Right.
And then if you want to spend only 2 bars, you can do OD and get the knockdown, which is not bad damage either.
So, there we go. Other than the cancel if I wanted to, obviously.
Right. I think you're mashing you got to stop mashing the directions when you go into the OD and just start mashing the kicks without directions.
Yeah,
I think
gotcha.
you sometimes accidentally get the super. Oh, well.
Well, all right, well.
But yeah, you get the idea, right? Like their meterless confirm from a medium would be that routing. And if you get comfortable with that, the spinning bird kick, it's for sure really good damage and really good corner carry. It is the best option there, but that depends on your comfortability.
Yeah, I guess that does kind of become a bit of the question there, because obviously it's a charge thing, and it can be difficult there, but I know that it does combo into those as well, which like that's always fun. The one combo I was looking up particularly was actually a jump, like a mix-up version. It's the mix-up kick into the. Oh,
yes,
I fucked it up.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you know,
you're saying doing this into that.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah, that seems super good, dude. Yeah, this move is such a scrub killer. Like, super good to spam. If they can't beat it, keep using it. You know what I mean? Like one of those kind of moves. And you can hit confirm it. See, like if I do that and they block, also I can go like the throw or like jab. If it hits, yeah, you can go. Even I dropped it, but yeah. But if you're not confident, you can just go into medium legs or just go into OD legs and just that's pretty good damage.
Gotcha.
Do you have a question about the charge? Because you're doing it, like you're kind of
so
doing the thing.
It's more the I know the requirement of the charge is less than say the fireball, for example, right? But I think for the main thing, the input just particularly kind of messes me up. I assume that obviously it's standard light punch and then crouching, but then that's the charge I hold during the crouch one, and then I just need to obviously press the other. I don't know if maybe it's just the direction I'm at or something, but whenever I have to do it from the other side, it just I don't know, it has such a difficult.
When you say other side, do you mean because you're doing a cross up, you're not mentally prepared to be on the opposite side and it like bugs you out a little bit, or do you mean like on one specific side you always have a harder time?
I mean, naturally, I tend to have a hard time on the right-hand side just due to how practice rolls. But sure. I feel like let me see if I can. Yeah, see, I got that one first try, but if I were to do the opposite,
let me see.
I misinputted that one as the lightning kicks. So I don't know if maybe
you're pressing a ton of
buttons I don't need to press.
Yeah, what's. Yeah, do it again. Let me see. Just go for it. Okay, so you're not hitting up at all. So when you're crossing over this way, the charge move is from down or down back. I hold down back during charge moves because it's just good practice to always be holding down back, and then I let go of down and back and I hit up and kick. So so it's a charge move which goes from down to up and kick. So when you're crossing on this side, you're not hitting the up. The only thing I would advise to step this up is I would definitely would recommend charging while holding down back. So you're doing just down with your charging. It's not the end of the world, but it's something that makes it so that like you're blocking while you're doing your charge.
Yeah, it just kind of keeps you safe.
Yeah, it's just a really good habit to get into. That's as a charge character, you know. In general, if you can be gluing to down back, that's a really good spot to try to return to, because this is where you're like the most safe.
that makes a lot of sense then, that one.
So in general, like for Guile, for example, you know, he just throws sonic booms all day and then does flash kick, right? And he does it from holding down back. He's blocking, and then when he's ready to flash kick, he goes straight from down back to flash kick with his charge flash kick move. So he's blocking the whole time and then immediately an invincible move. So he's always holding down back and then doing straight to up. So it's a general good charge practice.
Oh,
no, hers is not that used to be your invincible move, not anymore. This is the invincible move, so it doesn't really apply to Chun as much. It's just good practice. But I think you figured it out. Like you kind of worked through it a little bit.
I think it's just the general. It's just the inputs. I think the natural existence of a whole new gamepad system is definitely, you know, very often the mind knows what it wants, but the hands just don't.
Right. No, dude, you're doing amazing. Doing this from Tuesday, like you're progressing extremely fast. So I do want to give you props for that, dude. Like this is really impressive. Some people,
I appreciate it, man.
Some people it takes forever. So I think if you just have a little bit of focused practice, like even just now, you've already gotten significantly better in the session. So I fully believe you keep this up, you're going to be a natural and be able to do it in the heat of the moment too. Because it just takes the boring practice. Like I don't know, you ever played an instrument or anything?
A little bit back in the day, but yeah, it's just the constant over and over, right?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of that, and then using training mode settings like save states and stuff to speed that up, because that will shave off hours on your reps, and you can get way more done in 15 minutes than you can get done in an hour, and then you got it, and then you'll just start doing it in matches without thinking.
I know. So one other, I mean, I'm not sure what time it is where you're currently at, but the one thing I was curious about was notable anti-airs. Obviously, this one's the big one, of course. Though I have had a little bit of luck with just the standing neutral heavy, but particularly because it combos into what was it? Into stance. What was it? What shit? So it's stance kick. So it's what is it? Here, stance into Tencho, I believe. Now that might be getting a little bit much, but you know,
right. So that's a good button.
Other better options.
The easiest, her fallback is standing medium kick. Like, so this is like, yeah, if you're on point and this the Tencho kicks, and it's also air invincible. So sometimes, like if say you're you're fishing for your crashing medium kick to dry brush cancel, and then they happen to jump last second. The only anti that might work in those situations is Tencho, because it's air invincible. Everything else might get stuck. That's the benefit of an air invincible anti-air, is that as long as you have time to start the move up, it will beat the jump in. Where other moves, like a normal that has no invincibility, it's already too late. You'll just get stuffed. So in general, This is going to be your, like, if you're on point and after whiffing things, you can buffer this and have it come out right away. But your lazy anti-air is the standard MK. Like if you're not like on point and I just jump at you randomly, yeah. So I'm gonna try to jump at you. See how easy that is. And then, but that does more damage and gives a knockdown, so it's better. But that's all anti-airs are good anti-airs in my book. You know what I mean? Like, if you stop them from jumping, that's great.
Sure, okay.
And also, you can keep charge while doing that. So, like, you can do it while holding back, for example. So after they land, like, jump at me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So the thing with if you jump again, like I'll do this, I can get up and throw you. Like I get an actual knockdown for pressure. But if you have charge with this, you can set something up. And then the last thing I want you to play with, because so just to recap, what's practice like in training mode? turn on, there's dummy settings is the page. You can put on random block. If you do crouching medium kick drive rush cancel, it'll randomly hit, randomly block. On block, you just want to go for the throw. If it hits, you want to go for the combo we practice. And you can just like save the state when you're facing the dummy like real close and just loop that real quick. And then, practice your cross-up conversion. Also maybe put it on random block, and if it hits, go for the combo. If it's blocked, try to reset for a throw. Like just working with random block is very good. And then the last bit of homework is a new technique. Fireball, drive rush.
Oh wait, is it fireball?
You throw a fireball, you let it complete, and then you do a regular drive rush after it completes.
So a regular would be parry dash.
Correct. And you see what happened there?
It's a shitload of pressure for the most part.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. You had a shield that just covered you, and you got in from full screen into range for throw.
Interesting. What about if I were to like, I'm already JP for example. So like people with other like I don't know Ryu who has his own projectiles to kind of break my projectile. Anything in particular for those?
Well, they have to spend fireballs. You're getting into like the weeds, like fireball matchups, and so fireballs clash with each other. So regular fireballs will just trade with each other. OD fireballs go straight through regular fireballs. So if you did regular fireball, then try to drive rush at me. Oh, yeah, OD would stop that. So that's kind of the idea. And then the clashes can sometimes get kind of confusing. And some ODs have more hits than others. Usually they're all 2. But like Ryu, if he gets his power up, can have a 3-hit OD Hadouken, for example, which would beat yours because yours only has 2 hits. But for the most part, it's a basic rule. Regular fireballs clash. OD beats regular fireballs. 2 OD fireballs will clash with each other.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've been fighting a shitload of Kens. And they love to spam the Hadouken when they get the opportunity.
And Ken has OD Fireball Drive Rush. So Chun-Li's is too fast because it's like a laser. But Ken's OD Fireball goes really slow, kind of like Chun-Li's regular Fireball, and it's 2 hits. So they do pretend like it's OD. They do that, and then they Drive Rush in. And they have a 2-hit Fireball shield, and then they Drive Rush in, and they go for a throw. So this is such a powerful technique because you get in, you can start pressing Standing Medium Punch and get your pressure. And then, suddenly you're in, right? Or you can even go for things like, eventually, drive rush into overhead.
Interesting.
You get high-low mix, because after they block the fireball, you're approaching behind it, and you're running with your enhanced drive rush. If you land drive rush overhead, you get combos. So suddenly you got high-low mix.
I wonder what the combos are for drive rush overhead.
I think it's the same one. Same one. Same medium. Same combo. You got your building blocks. So that's why I want you to just play with this, get used to it. So you can walk for a bit and then drive rush. But this is like, if you set up her shield, oh, you got hit? Oh, perfect, thank you. I thought you got hit by the fireball. I got a combo.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is amazing. And she also, her main game plan is to set up fireball and walk behind it. So she might like not always drive rush. You might just walk in for pressure, set it up, pressure, reset, fireball, drive rush in, pressure. That's how she plays her game plan. And now you have the combo tools to convert from it. But the fireball and the drive rush is the glue that gets her in, and then she can start doing all those other things we talked about.
It seems like she's got like a serious toolbox of options.
Yeah, a lot of characters do. Fireball, drive rush, and low forward crouching medium kick is kind of universal in this game. A lot of characters have it. Fireball drive rush is a little bit more exclusive because you need a slow fireball, but this is like really like her wheelhouse. Fireball, shield, set it up, get some pokes, back up, reset fireball, and then yeah. So I would definitely play with setting up her fireball and walking behind it and trying to like pressure behind it, and also play with just fireball to drive rush. See how I saw you got hit. So when I did my drive rush in, I did my combo because I saw that the fireball hit you.
Gotcha.
So this is the toy I would play with. So practice the combos, the hit confirm with random blocking from crouching medium kick, and then play around with throwing the fireball because you need some space to like walk behind it. And even there, like my fireball canceled yours. I could like walk behind it and poke you. So play with walking behind it and poking, and then from even a little bit further out, play with drive rushing behind it. And that's gonna get you so many wins. And then if you hit them, you can do the combos you practiced.
And then I also assume there'll be a decent amount of times we'll just try to jump the fireball, and in that case, we just...
Oh, yeah. Once they start getting annoyed by this, and you walk behind it, like if you try to jump my fireball, because I'm spamming it on you. And you know what I do here? I just walk back and I do another fireball. So
it's going to get infuriating.
Yeah, that's the idea. So you nullified my fireball, I set up again. Oh.
Yeah, okay. So one final question, and then I'll let you go.
Sure.
Parry, when do? Better question.
So parry is an enhanced block button. It's also like if the only downside to blocking, like if you just hold down back, is that your dry meter keeps getting chipped away. So you definitely can't just block forever because your dry meter just keeps going down, right? So if you're parrying and I hit you, it actually refills your drive meter. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay, so it uses it, but it refills it if I
Yes.
parry.
So if you hold it, just keep holding it. See, it's draining, but see how it just filled up?
Interesting.
So people use parry... Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, I know about perfect parries. I've done a few accidentally, but that's not something I'm going to try to do at this point, because that seems a little much.
I would think of parry as an extension of your block. So I think a problem I know some beginners have is they think of it's block or parry. Parry is an enhancement for your block. So while you're blocking, you can sometimes choose to go for parry. But I already see you let go of blocking. It's a layer you add on top of your blocking. So say you're holding down back, you can just start holding parry, tap parry. And it's also something you can fish for. So like if you keep holding parry, like just hold it, I can be here, I'm like, oh, he's holding parry, what? And I just go up and get a guaranteed grab. So a lot of times people will hold down back and they'll try to like just tap parry once. Because if I'm not ready for it, if you just tap it real quick, it's kind of hard for me to get in and get a grab right away.
Is there like end lag?
Yes, there's recovery, but out of the recovery, you can block anything, but you can't tech throws. So if someone is holding parry, the solution here is throw them. Just walk up and throw. And you can throw them from far away. So hold parry. You have extra range. Wow. So like if I stand here, like let go of parry again. So just stand still. So this is gonna whiff, but if you hold parry.
Oh, no shit. Okay. I mean, for the most part, a lot of people don't seem to even press the parry button in the lower elos.
Right.
But I have found it to be particularly useful if they're trying to mix me up with like overheads and the like.
Yep.
Because I'm assuming this just blocks everything, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. But the risk is if they stop attacking you, then they can throw you. So if you parry a move and then let go of parry, like you're hold that as you're parrying, make sure to always be holding down back. Yeah, right. 100%. Okay. Always block while doing parry. After I do a move, let go. Keep holding down back, but let go of parry. See how you immediately go to the block? If you absorb a move and you let go of parry, it gets rid of that parry end lag, and it's literally just like if you blocked a move. It's the same exact situation as blocking a move. So it's like an enhanced block. Instead of losing your drive meter when you block it, you regain drive meter. But it's the same situation on block. So a lot of the time while blocking, people will just like tap parry or hold it if people are pressuring too much. And it just like keeps regenerating your drive meter. And if you happen to get a random perfect parry, it's like, oh, goody, I got a random perfect parry. You can kind of fish for it. And then you get to hit them instead. So...
a perfect parry, well, I assume if it's like the last hit of a combo or something, though. So if I perfect parry like an initial jab, it's not going to count, right?
Depending on what you perfect parry, you get more of an opening to do more of a bigger punish. If you perfect parry a jab, I think for the most part you only get like a throw or a jab in return. But if you perfect parry like a heavy punch, you might be able to start with your own heavy, or sometimes you can even like perfect parry then drive rush at them and get a big punish. Some moves you have infinite time if you perfect parry them to punish, so it varies. But starting from a light, you might only get your own light in return. But as it goes up, you can definitely perfect parry things and then get a full-blown whatever starter you want. The world is yours, you know.
Interesting.
So I would just think of it as an enhanced block for now. If people are pressuring you too much, hold it, and then like let go after they hit you with the button. You know what I mean? So that you're not stuck there just holding parry.
So in a sense, it's kind of just like a quick, like, let me regen my drive meter.
Like if I'm, yeah, see how if I'm pressuring you? Yeah. But if I'm like, oh my god, he's just tapping parry, I'm gonna stop pressuring you and wait for you to whiff parry. So you can't like go ham with it. But you know what that forces me to do? If I'm like, oh my god, he's parrying all my pressure, I need to stop and throw him. You can instead not do parry and then jab me because I'm gonna walk in to throw you. So it's just another layer of like defense versus strikes versus defense versus throws.
So in jab is drive rush cancelable.
Yes.
Right?
It's just not usually very good to do. Like you could do like this, like just don't block. You can do that, but that usually scales so much, like meaning your combos do less and less damage the more hits you do, and if you start combos from jabs, they do even less damage. So like usually this does, it's so much meter for so little damage usually.
Oh, does the damage get reduced depending on how many hits you do or how much general damage you do? So I imagine like if you're comboing a bunch of like single hits, it does more damage in a way.
Yeah, so every hit increases the scaling. So you start with 100% scaling, so the move does 100% of its original damage. And as you add more hits, and there's other rules too that increase scaling. As you add more hits, the scaling naturally decreases. So the first move does 100, the next move does 90%, for example, and then the third move might do 80%. But certain things like starting with a jab scales harder. Drive rush cancels actually scale harder too. So there's rules. So like you can do a bunch of hits sometimes, and if you have a really bad starter, it does no damage. If you get a perfect parry, also the combo does half as much damage right from the get-go. So if you do like a perfect parry and then you do jab, 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 drive rush, jab, you're actually going to do all your meter and you're going to tickle them because it's going to do no damage.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't realize perfect parry punished you that much.
Well, that's because perfect parry is actually so busted. Like once you start getting used to it, like people can't attack you if you just get a perfect parry on anything. And it's random. It's kind of like people just like, as I'm pressuring you, like if I do this, stand medium to jab, like block the stand medium, then try to perfect parry the jab. Like so you gotta hold down back also. Remember, parry.
Oh right, yeah, you're right. I gotta remember that.
I'm just gonna remind. You gotta build that association. I'm gonna bring it up every time. So after, I'm gonna do this to that. So you can just kind of fish for the jab because you know this is my string. You can try or fish for the perfect parry. There you go. It's that easy. But you see, like it's almost like a rhythm game. So as people learn the common strings, if you're pressuring me, I'm literally like do the same sequence, jab to medium. I'm literally just sitting there like trying to time it. I'm like, maybe I'll get it. And for you to stop me from fishing for this, you have to literally stop attacking me and then walk up and throw. So that's why it's so powerful, because it literally forces you. There's no way for you to hit me if I do this at all. So because of that, they added the scaling. Like it's actually so busted.
Interesting. Can you parry for a second? Oh, so it's a punish throw, so it does like the extra amount of damage.
Yes, it does a big chunk of damage, and that takes a bar drive meter away from them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so that is a risk, but it's so hard. Like tap parry when people strings is so good because the only way to punish it is for them to completely stop attacking you, which means once you condition them with tap parry, you can block a move. Like if you do medium to me, I'm just gonna start doing this. I'm just gonna start like hitting you after. Because you're like, oh, I'm so scared of him doing parry. And then suddenly I just take my turn back, and then you never get to pressure me. It makes it so that everyone's guessing on both ends every time, on offense and defense. So that's the higher level meta, though. But like, you can definitely just try to like tap parry while blocking.
Yeah, I'm feeling mostly pretty good with my this thing, you know.
Yeah, for sure. The main thing to focus on is your offense. The only other things is like just understand the rules for blocking and back roll on defense. That one you have to have.
Yeah, the back roll one is definitely one that I'm gonna try my best to really like constantly utilize.
I'll chirp in and be annoying in your ear and remind you about it, and eventually at one random point you'll start doing it without thinking. It'll take a while, but it'll click.
Sweet.
But yeah.
Anyway, man, I again really do appreciate all the insight. It's a lot to learn.
For sure.
But I'm feeling pretty all right. I wish the mind gravitated to a easier character, but hey, you know, it just means it'll be that much fucking more hype if we take some sets. So
For sure, dude. Should be fine.
other than that, is there anything else in particular that you have for me, or anything that you need from me?
No, just last reminder again was practice the random on block for this. Practice going to throw on block and combo on hit, and practice your execution on this combo and the back roll, and then just bring that, like, you know, loop that in training mode. Bring it to matches. When you're in matches, focus on trying to do the things you practice. You know, focus on trying to, even if you lose, whatever, it's all good. It'll slowly come together. As you add new things, you'll lose more. So eventually you'll internalize it and start winning again. So don't get stressed out if you start losing more when you try to do new things. It's super common with fighting games.
Hey, I mean, I'm no way to get any better, right?
Right, for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, hey,
Cool.
again, really do appreciate it. I'll let you know if there's anything else that's really grabbing at me. But until then, I'm gonna give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes.
For sure, dude. Yeah. Any questions? Just hit me up in the Discord. I got you.
Hell yeah, man. You have a great night.
All right, you too. Peace.
Peace.